what's up, everybody? It is GleeCon, and I'm back again with another episode of Lore of Final Fantasy, our little side assignment that we're going to do once a week. And this is our fifth installment of the playthrough of Final Fantasy 1. So stay a while and listen as we jump in. We recently ground out some spells here in Final Fantasy 1, but we have only just now started learning the level 4 spells, which is our goal. That's our main goal for today. I don't think we have any for our Black Mage yet. Yeah, so we need to grind out a total of 1,250 gold. So that's what we're going to get off to right now. And no, I don't mean it like that, you pervert. So the crew is recently hit. I don't know what level we're at. I guess I gotta look at that next time. Somewhere in the neighborhood of level 13. We gained our first level 4 white mage spell, which is Poisana. The only other thing we have to do, we finished going through all versions of the game and talking about what those will look like. The only other thing we really have is to look at. Continue looking at the different materials in the game, the different things from the guide. Now we're killing goblin guards. We're getting some really low mobs. It's going to take 1,000 years for us to hit 2,500 gold, let alone 12,500 with these mobs. But rest not or fret not. That's just a part of the puzzle here. We can kind of go wherever we want now that we can cure poison. There you go. These guys are worth, I think, somewhere in the neighborhood of 200. And they're becoming easier and easier for us to fight. Now, the mage and the girl there, both mages, white and black, they can't do anything. There you go. So we've gained about 300 gold. Yeah, we're level 13. Okay, every, like, 4 fights or so, I think I will go and continue reading the guide setup. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. I should have had her go after some other stuff or whatever. I guess regular baby wolves aren't that much of a threat. I don't think the wargs do much to us either at this stage. Does that maybe give us a little bit more gold? But we're consistently starting to hit above 100. Alright. So let's take a peek there. Yeah, we're at 400 gil. If we start looking at the game guide some more, we left off at the part of the game called weapons. So first we'll look at weapon mechanics. Basically, it just goes over the fact that characters will have a base damage and 2 hit percentage based on stats. Your weapon directly adds to both of those. The higher of each, the better damage you do, because it is not only less misses, but also get more hits. It's one of the cool things about Final Fantasy 1, I guess, if you like that. Base damage is half strength rounded down, so every time they get +1 strength, that's like 0.5 damage. But the effect of a weapon is even greater. And otherwise, having a good weapon matters at least as much as your level. As far as damage, it says 2-hit rating is determined by your class and level, giving you your base based on that. So again, as you level up, that one increases. Weapons that are strong against a certain type do more damage to that type. Oh. In the NES version, which is not the version we're playing though, there was a bug that actually made that not work. If you ignore it, the black belt or master, in those cases, they are just double their level. So they're basically saying if we were to play that monk style, they just continue to scale crazy out of control. So by level 50, the master does more damage than any other possible class. So if you want pure damage, and you don't care about magic, you don't care about utility, you don't care about survivability, then the Master Monk is the best. I'm intrigued about playing one of those classes. They're cool. I don't know that. I mean, maybe at some point in time I've played them, but you're looking at pretty... I've definitely played... I've definitely played some of what we're looking at right here. Pretty sure I've played Red Mage before. Which we're not looking at right now, but I'm pretty sure I've used Red Mage as a class on one of my runs. I'd say I'm like 90% sure. And then I'm just walking around exploring. Oh, we got ambushed. But it's good, because my tank just take 1 damage from that. Alright, that's a couple fights in. And this is... We were getting some pretty nice... Yeah, so if you go up here, can't quite cross that river until we get the canoe. There we go. Preemptive strike. Against 2 ogres, so this will be 400. I'll start, like, more aggressively tracking Gil when it matters. Like, we need so much, it doesn't even really matter. The goal today is to, at minimum, get that stuff ground out so that we can have the rest of the spells and move on to the next adventure in our life here. But when we get 400 Gil off a fight like that, you know, if you're getting 400 a fight, 1250 comes quickly. Ambushed again. Let's see what we got going on here. I think those Gigas worms are... Oh, 23 damage. What the hexies? Alright. Let's see if we can... If I actually control what I hit, doesn't matter. Good. Nice. 4 hits from the rogue on that one. Hey, see, has no defense. Even with 2 full turns combined, they can't take down 1 Gigas worm. Stinking mages. Another 240 money. Alright, one more fight and then we'll take another dip into the strategy guide of the game. Oh yeah, you 2 ogres. Yeah, somehow... I don't know what the formula is. Oh, he did 2 damage? Nobody does 2 damage to my fighter. My fighting man. Which is, I think, what they said the old name of it was. Alright, where are we at? So we are at 1,676. Great. Alright, so weapon types. The ninja can equip every weapon type in the game except 2. So it's redundant to mention him. So swords. Swords were the only weapons that could deal extra damage to a specific type of enemies. More than half of the original 40 were swords. Some swords can cast spells. Warriors and knights, red mages and wizards can pretty much use every sword, and thieves can use some. And I guess ninjas. Axes, there's only 4 axes in the game. 1 has a magic. Axe will usually have higher attack, but lower hit. So making a sword better. Only the warrior can equip them, warrior knight. There are only 4 knives in the game. None of them has any abilities. They are weaker than anything, but they're still pretty solid in the early game, as you can see from our current dagger-wielding mage for black mages and wizards. The warrior knight, thief, and red mage wizard can use daggers, but swords will always be better at whatever level they're at. So they're pretty much earlier game weapons for wizards only. Staves, there's only 6 staves. They can be divided into two groups. The weakest staves can be used by any character, while the three most powerful ones are exclusive to the black and white mages. Apart from the fact that they can cast magic, they are pretty weak. Hammers, there's only 3 of them. We already have one. And only the last one has a spellcasting. I think that's the Thor hammer. They're poor weapons, but they're almost the only thing that the white mage can use. Although the warrior can use them if he wanted to. And nunchuck, the only 2 nunchucks can be equipped by monks. Nothing special about them, and very quickly your karate will beat them out. So a more significant classification is their special effect. 24 of the weapons are just plain. They have nothing. Elemental strength in weapons. 9 do elemental damage which hurt specific enemies. They're only found in the game. The red mage and warrior can use them all. The thief can use some. Spellcasting weapons. 7 weapons can cast spells unlimited amount of times even if the character can't equip it. That's cool. They're only found back half of the game. 3 of them are the mage wizard staves, and some are the warrior knight swords. The only 2 that the ninja cannot equip, I think, is the Excalibur and the black mage staff. That means ninjas can be like dual wielding staves. Weird. Or I guess they don't dual wield in this game. Alright, so that's that. And already making decent progress. I guess after this I don't know. Maybe after, I guess every 4. That's when I'll start checking my another 200. Oh, there's the spooky castle that we already visited once. We will be going back to that dude soon enough. Up here is, I think, where we started to see some poison monsters before, but that was obviously just RNG. Slice, slice. The warg wolf is dead. Ding dong. The witch is dead. The white mage is just so sad. She can't even kill her own wolf. She can't even pick up her own medicine. Slice, slice. Come on, girl. You gotta get better. You gotta be better. Alright. That was 2. Yep, nothing really doing over here. These were the ones that I was scared of before, but now that we have Poisana... Oh, she resisted poison, or he didn't get it, but... I'll take that. 50 gil. They're pretty easy, though, if you're willing to brave the poison effect. I feel like we were getting better gold in the last episode. This is just sad. Alright, so we're at 2200 basically, 300 away. So we're slowly getting there. Alright, now the weapon list. Wow, okay, so we'll skim through a little bit. But basically this weapon list can show you. There are 40 different weapons. 23 more added on into the Game Boy version and 5 more in PSP. So altogether there are 68 weapons in the version we're playing. 5 you can buy right off the bat. 6 can be bought in various other towns. 8 can be bought throughout the game, but also found in chests. 21 are chest only, and the new ones are only found in those special dungeons. Okay, if it's from the item menu, it can be used to cast a spell. If it says it's an element, it has for instance, fire is strong versus ice and undead. Ice is strong versus fire. Holy is super strong against undead. And Excalibur is like all element types. And this is the little video that or the font that they're using to show which classes can equip them. So in the table below, weapons are divided by users and then sorted to additionally by how far you are in the game. The ninja can use almost every weapon, but the thief can only use a small number, therefore are highlighted. So for instance, the wooden staff cannot be used by the thief, but yes, it can be used by the ninja. Got it. Cool. So we've got the intro on that. And then I guess we'll just look at different types as we go. Give ourselves, I guess we'll slowly start walking back now since I only need 300 gold. Why not? By the time we get there, we should have it. Yep, here's gonna be 200 of it right now. Ow. Ow. You bozo. I mean, the other good thing is this is like, by doing this right here, it's kind of like forced grinding. And in a very low risk situation, like we're already pretty far outclassing these mobs, even these ogres. So it's just time consuming. But that's kind of what all the Final Fantasy games to some extent have this. It's better now. There's much less grinding in the most modern Final Fantasies, like those Final Fantasy VII remakes. I don't know how much grinding exists in those. Okay, this is already going to be... We're already going to be over 2,500 right here. And we really, outside of the thief, haven't taken a lot of damage. Definitely no need to... Okay, no need to heal or anything like that. She can't even freaking kill a wolf on her own, so let's see if she gets a lucky roll this time. Oh, she got... They must have 20 life, because I think she did like 18 before and it didn't kill. I wonder how much life we can get up to. Like, I wonder what the max life is. Is it 999? I think I have turf toe, guys. Or plantar fasciitis. My big toe is tendon. Really start hurting today. Man, we're getting really bad RNG, but really weakling little animals. Ow. 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 Yeah, that's right. Hammer time that bad boy. Come on, we're trying to find the elf castle. Where's it at? Did we go too far? No, actually, I think it's... I think that we're in kind of that little valley, or whatever it is, like a little den of... Alright, so we're gonna look at the first category of weapons after this fight. And we're up to 3,000, so we're already working our way to the second. The first type is the staves. There's the wooden staff, which is a 5 gil, 6 attack, can be used by everything except the thief. So it can even be used by the monk? Yeah. Wow. And it is bought in the beginning shop in the game and can be found all over the place. The power staff is much more expensive. It's a 12 attack staff that can be used by everything except the thief, and it's found in the Western Keep. I think that's that little place that we are by right now. So if we manage to get the secret mystic key, we'll be able to get a power staff and give that to, I guess, our girl, probably? Yeah, how do you like that block? Well, we make up for it by she can't even kill a goblin. You're pathetic! Gleezy, be better. Rebo, shank him. Take care of business. Those are a couple werewolves that have that regeneration factor. I mean, that little fight was almost 200. Guys, we made it. We're back. It was a long battle. We've been out in the fields forever. Well, not forever, but you know. Alright, so we already have... She already has Cura. Oh, this is the level 3 shop. That's why I was gonna say, man, wait. What? Forgot there's 2 shops for each. Actually, I didn't forget. I just already thought that was the second shop. Our little elfie friends. Is this the second shop already? There we go. She has Poisana. Fear is the one where they said it was useless. So would I rather protect against ice or cure silence? I guess for now I'd rather cure silence. So if we fight something that silences, that's another status effect she can be rid of. But pretty useless because I don't think we've even fought a single enemy that could silence yet. Alright, we're back to 650 gil. Alright, so yeah, I'm in the busy time of work. To get a little personal for my life today. Very tiring. Very, very tiring. It's like I'm already ready for the holidays when things will be more chill. I miss the salad days, the days of when my job was easy. And, you know, when you're there, it's a little bit bored, but, oh, I already miss it. Alright, so she can now use her Cura to heal his behind. Good. The first time we've had to heal over... We're at 700 gil. So we still need 1,000. Well, a little bit less. Yeah, fighting 2 ogres is the best. 1 hit on an ogre. Yes, please. That might mean... Oh, yeah, and a crit? That's great. Okay, Gleeman. Gain 26... We're at 1,100 gil already. Gain 26 HP. Okay, so he's going to do more damage. And hit more. And he's tougher. In case he wasn't tough enough. And his luck increased, so he's better at running. Glee Khan gains 3 life. But more damage, better running. Gleezy, 24 life, awesome. 6 MP, little boost there. And she goes a little faster. And old Glebo gains 22 HP, love it. And 19 MP. And he does more damage with his magic. That's a great one, guys. And we're level 14. 14 out of the original 50. And 14 out of 99. I'm not going to be necessarily maxing these characters out to level 99. I feel like that's not more content. I'll be doing all of the side quests and everything, but I'm not going to be like 100%ing all of these Final Fantasy games. It's going to be long enough as it is. Unnecessary. Alright, after this fight, we'll... Yeah, another ogre gallery. Dang it. Waste. He's getting close to 300 life now. He's got 281. Ow. He did 28 to an ogre. That's pretty good. Alright, so we're at 1,500. We need another 1,000 to get the next spell. Okay, swords and axes, they combined together. We got a lot to cover on this one. The rapier is a beginning sword, so costs 10. It is a 9 attack, which puts it as the weakest of them, but combined with a 5% hit is like a 14. I still think that puts it overall the weakest. It can be used by the 3 melee types, and you buy this as a beginning weapon. The scimitar is bought in that first town we traveled to, the pirate town, for 200. It's a 10-10, so much better to hit, but just a little bit better on attack. The hand axe can only be used by the knight and ninja, bought in that second town. So these are all ones we've already been exposed to in this playthrough. 5% hit, 16 attack, so pretty decent. The silver sword, we won't be able to buy it till Crescent Lake. It's not really available in Elfheim anymore, and that's the 3 sword users. 4,000 gold when we get there, but it jumps us up to a 23 attack and a 15 chance to hit, so pretty good. Short broadsword, I think that's what we're at right now, which this is, you can find one in the Marsh Cave, that's cool, or buy it in the Pirate City. So we'll be jumping up 8 attack and 5 hit when we get there, that's cool. The falchion is found in that western keep, or buy it in a town we haven't been to yet, so that's where things start getting to be better, because the thief can use that one. And the saber is right about where we're at. This one we already have right now, so when he gets to the falchion, the hit will go up and the damage will go up by a couple points. The rune sword or rune blade is strong versus any type of mage. It's found in the Chaos Temple. Pretty nice. I think that's, I don't know, is that one of the end game ones? But that can be used by the thief too. The Werebane, strong against any were creature, which we've only fought werewolves so far that are that. Other than that, it's also found in the Chaos Temple, but other than that, and it can't be used by thieves. It's right there with the rune blade. The Worm Killer is an anti-dragon sword, and it's a pinch stronger than the others. Found soon in Mount Duergar. That can be used by thieves. The long sword we can buy in Melmond. It has a worse chance to hit. But other than that, it's a pretty good upgrade. The Coral Sword is strong against ocean enemies, and it's found in the Terra Cave. The Great Axe can be found in the Titan's Cave. That's a Knight Ninja sword. Pretty decent. The Silver or Mithril Axe can be bought at that Crescent Lake when we finally get there, or found in Mount Golg. Pretty good, 25. The Giant or Great Sword is as strong against giants, found in Mount Golg. Nice, a little weaker, but the percent chance is pretty good. The Ice Sword is an ice, so it's strong against fire, found in the Trials Citadel and Mount Golg. 29, so it's a pretty strong one. I think I can remember using that one for a while. Flame Sword's a little weaker than the Ice Sword, found in the Ice Cavern, and it's strong against ice creatures. The Light Axe, that one actually has a spell. It can be used to cast Diara to hurt all kinds of undead. So once you get that, that's awesome, because then people can just use that to spam against undead. Oof. Okay, that is found in the Sunken Shrine. The Defender can be used to cast Blink on the party, so that's pretty cool. Although Blink is pretty weak, but it's a good sword overall. 30 and 35, that's pretty good in the Waterfall Cave. The Sun Sword is found in Mirage Tower, so near it's like the 4th one we'll go to. That has Holy, so it's very good against undead, and it's a 32 attack, so one of the highest at like knight swords in the game, warrior swords. The Vorpal Sword is much weaker and can only be used by these higher classes. I don't really know what the point of it is. It's got a pretty decent across the board, but like it's nowhere as near as good as the Sun Sword. So why would we use it? I don't know. The Bane Sword, you can use it to cast the spell Bane. at the found in the Flying Fortress. The katana or Sasuke can be found in the Chaos Temple, so at the end of the game. It's a ninja-only weapon. It's very strong. And Excalibur is the penultimate. So the Chaos Temple is what? Is that like the special fight? I don't know. Or is that the last one in the game? But Excalibur can be found in Mount Duergar. So that's actually... It's knight only, and it's strong against everything. So that's the pretty much strongest sword in the game, minus Masamune, which is hands down strongest in the game, and can be used by every single character. But it's found in the Chaos Temple. Interesting. So not found until the end. Anyway, let's save this. All right, so we're gonna go to... Yeah, we need 1,000 more gil. That's all the swords and axes. I don't know why we put swords and axes together. Whatever. Okay, so our squad is at level 14. Okay, we're at 81. I don't know if I were to send my 2 weakies. Okay, so he's hitting for 4, but he has been. Oh, the little rogue, he's hitting 3 still. The Black Mage is hitting 2 now. So there's 200 out of the 1,000 gil we needed. And then we're gonna get nothing. This is like 50 gil for this fight, something like that. Trade-off is it's nothing. Like it's not doing us any damage really. Okay. Yeah, 20, not even 50, 24 gil. Embarrassing. You fool. Boom, Excalibur to the rescue. It looks like an Excalibur looking sword. I mean, and that's all we're really going to see is just the slight graphic difference on our character's sword, or whatever weapon as it flashes. That's all we're going to notice graphically. I guess our characters will slightly change when they evolve. Okay, all 46 gil, so we've gained 70. There we go. Only 50 damage that time. Oof. She can use a Cura on herself now. So that would be our second Cura. Alrighty. That's good. She has more life than the thief. I guess that's the trade-off for her being so weak. Yeah, they're level 14. We're at 2,000 gil. Guess I'll start making my way back to buy her last spell. So why we're getting... Ping! I just like it when I block with my shield. Oh, she's so sad that she still can't even kill a wolf. You're pathetic, Gleezy. Be better. Alright, let's look at the next type. Is Nunchaku. There are only 3. There's the wooden Nunchuk, which is a 12 that you can buy in the beginning of the game. These can all only be used by the ninja, the master, or the monk. The iron staff, or the crozier, which is, I guess, considered a nunchuck type, can be bought in Elfheim, where we just were. You can also find it in Cornelia Castle. That means it's once you get the Mystic Key, or in Melmond, so that's lame, though. Just 2 points stronger. And the strongest one is the Iron Nunchaku, 16 power. which you can buy where we're at right now in Elfheim. Oh, I guess the Iron Staff can also be used by the Knight and Warrior. So, is that really a nunchuck? I guess it is, in the sense that it can be used by the Master. Oh no, tarantulas. Do tarantulas really have, like, poisons that would affect humans? I always thought they were more like a ouchie kind of bite. That's 100 gil. Okay, so we need something a little bit more than 300. I think. Actually, it might be, after this fight now, we might be in the green for our last white magic spell. You gone. Ow. We're gonna shank all of you. Yeah, so tomorrow I might do a run on Skullamen's, just get my horde run out of the way. Just for funsies. Just to mix up my life. And then Thursday do an off-camera... Yeah, it's 240. No, we're not there yet. We still need 120 more gil. Well, here you go. This should be enough. Waste. Oh. Okay. Now we can go buy the last white magic, which is going to be like Frost Ward or some crap like that. Ooh, a ghast. Can you just imagine walking around and there's just this zombie dude just living his life? Or his unlife? They're pretty good. They're the second most highest gold that you can get at this spot where we're grinding. Alright, so that's good because we now have... Yeah, I think Null Frost is where it's at. So she can do that. She can protect us from frost, which is cool. Although, will we ever really need to do that? I don't know. Just go ahead and save state there. Okay, and let's look at our next type of weapon here. Knives, and they threw in the Black Wizard's staves as well in this same category. Whatever, I guess because these are what the Black Wizard can basically use. The small knife can be bought in the beginning of the game, 5 damage. The large knife or dagger doubles, it's only 2 extra damage, but that's it. And it can be bought, you can find one in the Marsh Cave, which I think we're going to be doing next. Or you can buy one in Elfheim. So yeah, we are already there. I think we have that right now on our Black Mage. The Mithril Knife gets another 5% chance to increase in 10. You can find one in the Marsh Cave also, and Mount Duergar, and buy one in Crescent Lake if you haven't got one. The Cat Claw is considered the knife category. It's a really, really good. You can buy them in the town of Gaia. Just Knights, Ninjas, Red Wizards, and Black Wizards can use them, but they're awesome. The Mage Staff is not that great. It's barely better, and in many ways worse than the Mithril Knife, but it can cast fire for free. You find it in the Sunken Shrine over and over. Pretty cool, and ninjas can use it. And then the Wizard Staff is Black Wizard only from the Waterfall Cave. Pretty solid, but not as good as the Cat's Claw. It can cast Confuse over and over. So I guess that's the only reason why you might want it if you're into that. Alright, so we have 7,500 to go. We've gained 5,000, so we've done 40% of our grind. Not too shabby, because we're not... I'd say we're not quite 40% of our way through the level, so through our video. So we will easily get our grind done today, and probably get to kick off a little bit more, but today's a big grinding episode. Still fun. This is a nice, chill game. You know, it gives us a break from, like right now, where we are on the show, which is like repetitively running Skullamen's and Which we had some good, you know, we've had success. I feel like I'm learning that dungeon more and more. But, you know, it takes a few runs to really learn the dungeon layout. But I feel pretty good about it right now. But yeah, I think we'll run it one time tomorrow because I'll get home a little earlier. Today I got home late. And then I'll get home late Thursday, so I'll want to do an easier one Thursday. So that day I'll probably do my interstitial, as I like to call it. Episode where we'll do the Barov thing. We'll go work on getting the next part of the Ross Frost Whisper questline looked at. Because we did the first 3 steps, and now we have to go to Stromgard. Yeah, go to Stromgard. Oh, yeah, this is a good... I feel like this is a good one. Let's do a Fyra. Well, we already killed one, so... Fyra... Yeah, maybe Fyra is a bit overkill, but we haven't done any magic. That's why I wanted to get out of here, because of that stupid paralysis. Yeah, pretty good. And we got 500 gil for that. So right there, we're now halfway to our first level 4 Black Mage spell. This is where I think we're going next. I'd have to look at the spreadsheet, or I mean at the guide. Walkthrough part of the guide that we're at. A bunch of warg wolves. Arg. After this, we'll go ahead and take a peek at the next weapon. Yeah, so if I were to anticipate, since I think as far as this game, I'm not sure. I think this game will end up taking us... It's hard to say, because I kind of take a little bit of slow time. Like, we're already in the 5th episode with it, and we're only around here. Could make the argument that we're around a quarter of the way through the game, not counting the expansion stuff. So, somewhere in the ballpark of 20 episodes. Things might go a little faster. Towards the end, maybe, but maybe not. There will be some grinding. I hate it when these guys can't even be counted upon to take out their stupid little guard that they're in charge of. Bozos. Okay, where are we at? We're still 1,000 gold off. Alright, and the final type of weapon is the hammers and the White Wizard Staff. The Iron Hammer, you can buy it in the first 2 towns. Pathetic chance to hit. 9 damage. Silver Hammer or Mithril is... You can find one in Elfheim. Probably we need the key to the castle. Or you can buy one much later in Crescent Lake. So that's like the only next thing she can use. Just a little bit better. Barely better across the board. Much better is the Healing Staff, which can cast Heal for free. Found in the Trials Citadel. But its main use is... Because by then, we will already have the silver, so it's just used as an item. And then Thor's Hammer, which is great. It's her best weapon. Found in the Mirage Tower. And... it can allow her to constantly cast Thundara. As soon as we get some of those in the inventory, we're going to be golden, because she'll have a source of damage. Because right now, without an item that casts black magic, she's basically useless outside of her facility as a healer. Which, don't get me wrong, the heck of a facility. There we go. Those goblins must have somewhere at least no more than 18 life. But sometimes she can't do that. Okay, we got 200 gold because thanks to the werewolves. So we're down to needing about 800 gold to go get our first black magic spell of 4th level. Our little cobra is gonna be 50 gold, I think. So we're down to 750. Not too shabby. Okay, this will be another like 200, a little bit more. I guess it doesn't really matter what those two bozos attack. Ugh. I mean, they're getting strong enough that if I... Maybe if I put... I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna start trying putting a warrior with just the 2 weak ones and moving the rogue off onto one of these guys. Now it is time to cure our mage. Oh, his magic points 179. He's got some good MP. Yeah, so, okay. Yep, we need just over 500. Yeah, that maxed him out. Go ahead and heal him too. Why not? Why not? Alright, so... This is gonna get us to needing just... like... about 150. Perfect. Yeah, so we're right there. Let's just call it about 150. It's actually 121, but perfect. So after this fight, we're good to go. And we were ambushed, because why wouldn't we be? Alright, now I'm going to start putting him on there, him on one of those, and then have those two... Oh, look at that. He's starting to one-shot. Forgot. Perfect. That would have happened either way, though. It's like as soon as I start planning for it... Oh. Oh, oh. She's still getting one hit. What a pathetic little creature. This is just a show where I just bash on the white mage the whole time. And I keep calling it a her. It looks like a her to me, but in all honesty, that could very well... I think that's supposed to be a boy. I don't think it's a her. I think I'm just gender... Maybe the 4 heroes are all boys. They were like girl heroes in Final Fantasy 1? In 1986? What? Alright. We don't do girl heroes in 1986. Whatever this game was. Alright, this is our... Okay, so... We definitely want Blizzara, because that's ice to everything. Haste is also OP. I think, honestly, haste is probably better. Alright, so we only have 2 slots together to get. And I kind of want to look up, like, what is the point of... Which of those other 2 spells is better? Would it be better to confuse or to... What is the other one? Sleep? I'm guessing sleep is better? Or was it even sleep? Okay. Maybe we can look at, like, a little spell list. Maybe we'll see if we get there. I mean, I know Blizzara is going to be one of them. I'm definitely picking that bad boy. So that's at least... We don't have an immediate decision to make. You pathetic. Come on, Gleezy. I'm glad that I've come up with this Glee naming convention. Because like I said, this is 100% gonna be how I play. How I name my characters in when we do our retail playthrough. Cool. No gold at all. Those wolf fights are just so slow. Ow. Alright, so I'm gonna start trying. Yeah, I feel like when you put him in there, they can start batting cleanup on the warriors' attacks. And we're actually making good time for... Come on. Jeez. Ouch. Okay. Doesn't really matter what she does because she's worthless. Nice, 154. That's I think our highest so far. Yeah, there you go. Good job hammering that wolf. Fights take forever. Ow. I mean, whatever. I guess that's not forever. Okay, Gleeman, plus 6 HP. We're level 15 now, I think. His damage and hit went up. And his toughness and luck. Gleecon, 3 HP. His speed, that's it. Gleezy, 4 HP and 17 MP. With extra strength now. Good. And stamina. And Gleebo, 2 HP and 7 MP. But a little more strength. That's what you want. Your mages gaining strength. Alrighty. Yep, we're at 589. So that was a slow little spurt of... Oh gosh, really? I'm just getting a lot of wolves. I don't know what the dilly, yo. It's gonna be time, I think, for us next. We're gonna have to go for some resting soon. Maybe we can do this entire journey and only rest once. That'd be good. Save us a little money, considering it's 100 gil each to rest. Kill him! No. Oh my gosh. She's like a... He's like allergic to killing. Even that one, which the white mage already had hit once with the hammer. It would have actually got a kill. Nope, gonna miss. These are more goblin guards. Oh. Alright, so we're gonna pop over and look at some of the old weapons or whatever the guide we're looking at. Alright, first of all, I want to look at Final Fantasy 1, which spells to take Black Wizard. Let's see what people say. Okay, at level 4. Blizzara, Haste, and Confused. And then Sleep. You'll probably never use Confused, but Sleep only hits one enemy. Yeah, haste is great because it's a great boss buff. Blizzara is fine. But yeah, they're saying between the two, sleep. Oh, because it's sleep aura. And we already have the sleep spell. And I guess confuse hits them all. So, alright, while we're also looking, it says this is the checklist. So, in the start at the game, you want to make sure you get your rapier, your wooden nunchuck, your small knife, and your iron hammer wooden staff. When you get to Provoka, you want to get the scimitar and short sword, as well as the battle axe. In Elfheim, which is where we are right now, you want to make sure you get the short sword, falchion. We can't get mithril sword, it's not available to us. The saber, the werewolf sword, and the rune sword. This is also including the marsh cave, and we're going to get the mystic key soon, so we'll be able to go back and get some of those. And the iron crozier, the large knife and silver knife, and the silver hammer and the power staff. By the time you get to Mount Duergar, the town of Melmond, the Cave of the Earth, and the Titan's Cave, you want to also get the dragon sword, the long sword, coral sword, and the great axe. Crescent Lake and Mount Gulg, you want to get the giant sword, ice sword, and silver axe. The Ice Cave and Citadel of Trials, you want to get the flame sword, and you'll get the heal staff. Gaia and the Sunken Shrine, you want to get the light axe, and the cat claws, and the mage staff. The Waterfall Cave, Tower of Mirage, and Flying Fortress, you want to get the Defender, Sun Sword, Vorpal Sword, Bane Sword, Katana, Excalibur, Wizard Staff, and Thor's Hammer. It's all near the end. And the Masamune is in the Temple of Chaos. Now they're going to add in looking at the ones that are introduced in the 4 shrines. Earth Gift, Hellfire, Lifespring, and Whisper Ring, which we are going to look at all of these as well. It says priced. I guess price doesn't really matter, because why would you ever sell them, I guess? It doesn't really talk about the final. Is that a different one? Yeah, it doesn't really... I don't see the PSP. I don't know what is available in the PSP, but I guess there's no point in them talking about it. Which is weird. Okay, but we'll talk about those, I guess, next time. What are we at for gold? Okay, 786, so just under 800 gold. Gil. In our journey to get Blizzara. But I guess we're gonna get confused. And we are some level 15ers. Oh, 3 damage? What? Yeah, so that's good though. We've also, before we came to Elfheim, we had grinded out to level 10 to get the stuff in the Pirate Town, and now we're up to level 15 as we get the things, go for the things in and around the Elf Land. And we're pretty sustainable. Like, I feel like this group could go into a dungeon for sure and make it work. Yikes. That's nothing. That's already a couple fights. Ooh, Ogre Chief. I love when we see these Ogre Chiefs. It's only the second or third time we've seen them, and first today. Look at that defense they've got. Yeah, they took a full, all 4 of our attacks and did nothing. I think I used magic on them last time. There we go. 500 gold for the 2 of them. Pretty good. That elevates what we were doing. We got another one. Look at us. Nice, 4 hits. Ow. Oh, with a crit? Yes, that's enough. Love it. We got lucky he didn't take a hit on anybody. Okay. Another 500. Okay, she's gonna go Kirin on herself. Good. And we are up to 1900, so we need 600 more. Alright, looking at these weapons, there is the Kotetsu Katana. Pretty solid. That's found if you beat Cerberus in the Earth Gift Shrine. That's a 2220, so pretty solid katana. But it can also be used by the thief. The Braveheart Sword inflicts confuse on hit with a 52% chance to hit. That's really good. That is if you beat Barbaricia and Yamatono Orochi in Hellfire Chasm. The Kikuichimonji Katana is a +5 strength. In addition to being very strong, you can get that from Rubicon in the Hellfire Chasm. The Deathbringer Sword casts the death spell and adds +5 to basically all stats. You can find that in the Lifespring Grotto or win it from the Black Knight. The Murasame Katana, very, very strong. And +5 strength. You win that from the Omega Weapon in Lifespring Grotto. The Ragnarok Sword gives +7 and +30 evade. Cast Flare. What a freaking sword. Win that from Shinryu in the Lifespring Grotto. The Viking Axe actually makes you worse. That's just lame. In the Whisperwind Cove. The Ashura Katana is just a solid katana from Pharaoh in the Whisperwind Cove. The Dual Rapier, solid, plus an 80 evade in Whisperwind Cove. That's pretty good. The Enhancer Sword adds to your intelligence in the Whisperwind Cove. Ogre Killer Axe is good against giants, but the hit is lame. You can find 2 of them in the Whisperwind Cove. The Dark Claymore is found in Whisperwind Cove, just medium sword. Rune Axe can cast Curaga. Gives you extra magic points. So this is good if you're a knight, and gives you more crit, higher intelligence, found if you beat Prototype in Whisperwind. The Gigant Axe makes you dumber and stronger in Whisperwind Cove. The Lightbringer Sword, +7 across the board, 50 evade, really strong against undead, just a strong weapon. Death Gaze. And then the Ultima Weapon, its attack is equal to your HP divided by 10. So it's very, very good unless you get down to low life. Pretty sick. So pretty strong. Pretty dang. So where are we at? So we need 600 more gil. Alright. I'm going to start winding our way back, because I think we can earn 600 on the way back, especially if we fight a couple ogres. Oh. We'll shank you, you little wolf. And then we're actually in great shape after we go. So we need just over 3,000 gil, and we're done with the grind finally. Pretty good. Maybe I'll get 100 out of this. Not even. So now we need a little over 500 gil. Okay. Get a bunch of wargs. Fine. Alright, so... yeah, I don't think these wargs really do anything. It's not really until later games, I think, that the enemies start getting more interesting with what they can do, too. Right now, it's just basically, can they hit you with a status effect also? That's about it. Alright, so that was another 100 and a little above. So maybe we need about 400? Why? Why do we fight so many of these stupid wolves? I'm actually gonna need another round also, because the girl the girl. The white mage can't do his job. I'll learn. I'll correctly gender the white mage. I don't really actually know for sure, but I just always assume, and the black mage could be a girl. I just always assumed. All right. So we need about 350. 350. All right, it'll be 50 more. So we're gonna be needing about 300. None's too shabby. Actually, I forgot. I'm moving him. I'm trying this new strategy, and I think it's gonna work out okay. Because they can, if they bat cleanup, yeah, they can kill him. And the white mage is worthless. That one was not his fault, except for the fact that he went so low in the pecking order. Slash slash. Alright, we're down to needing 170. The only staves available in the Game Boy Advance are the Sage's Staff from Squid Draken in the Whisperwind Cove that can cast life. Oh, you're golden at that point. And plus 15 intelligence. And the Rune Staff, found from Orthros in the Whisperwind Cave. That's a white wizard only. Casts Healara and boosts your intelligence. Those are both really good for these mages that otherwise don't have great options. That's cool. We will be not doing those until like endgame anyway, so kind of moot. Oh, we have not fought scorpions the whole time. Alright, I'm gonna cast magic on these because I'm scared of them. Let's go with Fyra. See, I would have cast Blizz. Oh my, what? I don't know if I have a Phoenix down. Yeah, I don't, and she doesn't have life. So now I gotta go res my homie there. Like oh, and he's poisoned now. Oh gosh. Where did these guys just come from? I'm gonna use the antidote on myself, and she's gonna Cura. All of a sudden, it's like I'm fighting. Oh no. Oh no. All of a sudden, we're like fighting a boss fight in the middle of this thing. What the heck? Jeez. What the heck happened there? Like, she doesn't even have... He's dead for now. Yikes. Jeez. Okay. Now I gotta go back and res him. Poor dude. Because I don't think he gets XP, well... Now he's gonna just be a little bit of XP behind everybody, like 1 or 2 fights behind. Bummer. And I don't even know how much it costs to res him. What was that? Random? Just a random scorpion got thrown in. What the heck? Okay, I know there's a church or something somewhere around here. Yeah, this place. Yeah. 200 gold? Well, we still have enough on top of it to res him. Rude. That was stinking rude. With 1 HP? Ouch. What the heck was that? I think I still have enough. Yeah, I still have enough to buy the next spell, but I do not have enough to do that and stay at the inn. Wowzers. Alright, let's go ahead and get him Blizzara. So now, yeah, I see. Causes foes, so it does it to everybody, whereas Sleepra only puts one. They're just saying, okay. Alright, so we are now getting the last 2,500 that we need. Let's go ahead and look at this. Daggers and Black Wizard staffs. The Judgment Staff is Black Wizard only. You win it from Atalmos in the Lifespring Grotto. It can cast Flare, and it's pretty solid for a staff. Or Chalcum Dagger drains HP. Can be found in the Lifespring Grotto. The Mage Masher Dagger casts Silence, gives Intelligence, but it's a little bit weaker than the other one, from Whisperwind Cove. The Gladius is in between those two daggers with Evasion Boost. You can find two of them in the Whispering Cove. The Assassin Dagger casts Kill Spell, boosts Agility, Intellect, and Evasion. Is overall a pretty solid dagger. It can be found in the Whispering Cove also. Maybe is the best dagger in the game. Maybe. What was up with that little pack of scorpions that just jumped out? I'm traumatized. Just instantly shanked my Black Mage for a 50 damage strike. I mean, we're honestly running low on goods too. Like, I'm gonna cast... Oh, we got an antidote back. We have not been getting any... It's like all of a sudden the game just changed. Okay, I have one Cura spell left in my bag. And we want to get to 2,600 because I want to be able to stay at the inn one time too. And of course, we're going to get all of these stupid wolf fights. It's the ogres that we want. Boys and girls, the ogres, I say. Because this is like, we just spent the amount of time that we would spend fighting ogres or whatever, but for 50. Okay, we'll call it 150 gil. And keep rounding down. Last 2,500. Here we go. Perfect. Okay, call it 200, so we're at 350. Miteki. Bummer. Ambush. Ambush strike. Yeah, I guess the Pixel Remaster is the one that was saying it has other versions of these fights. Now it's bad because of the ambush factor. Okie dokie. We're at 350, 350. What do we got? 50 more? Yep. So we're at 400 now out of the 2,600 that we need. More wolves. Ugh. And those scorpions, like, weren't even that great on the gil. I think it was like 500 gil for 4 of them. This is probably going to be maybe 100 for 3 wargs, but maybe closer to 50. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, you could maybe round up to 100, so we're at about 500 gil. Here we go. Here's an ogre. I guess we'll call it 450. I'm gonna round it down because this is gonna take some off too. Alright, that's 200, so we're at about 650. Getting there. After this one. That one was a good... that werewolf has a strong hit. Alright, so... we'll go ahead and look at our stats after this. I don't know how much we'll get. Not our stats, but our next thing in the thing. The thingy and the thingy. Call it 100. Alright, so we're about 750. Actually, we'll call it 800. We're at 800. Alright, now, special weapons. There are special damage types. There are spell casting weapons. Again, they're relisting those. What they cast. We already kind of went over there. There are armor. So, the Knight's Axe casts Diara. The Defender casts Blink. Bane casts Bane. The Mage Staff casts Fyra. Wizard casts Confuse. Oh, so we could have got the other one, because eventually we will have the ability to cast Confuse at will. That was dumb. Actually, it's not too late. I haven't picked that up yet. So we will pick Sleepra, because Confuse can be picked up from there. Healing Staff is Heal, Thor, Thundara, and then Armor. The Gauntlets from the Trial of Ordeal can cast Thundara. Healing Helm casts Heal. White Robe is Invisira. Black Robe Blazara, and Giant's Glove casts Saber. Excalibur is a quest strong against everything. The Samune. Yeah, it's just basically saying the knight should have Excalibur. The ninja should use the katana. The master should use karate. The white wizard should just be healing. The black wizard should just be using spells. So the Masamune is the only person that should be used by the red wizard. And the ultimate weapon is linked to the HP. So that was a slight breakdown. 800. We are at 800 out of the 26 we need. We're out in the wild. Things are a little dicey. But now I'm picking Sleepra. Although, what's the difference between Sleep and Sleepra? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, Confuse, I guess, is better. It's like the person said, we're not gonna ever use these spells. We're just buying them for fun. But like, when will we? When I don't even use my attack magic very much. I guess I'm going to heal soon. Let's start using it. Okay, I'll call that 150. So we'll say we're at 950. Okay, here's a ghast. Dead. Okay, we're at 1050. And we're getting close to being able to round up. Oh! Oh! What a bad time to get ambushed. She can use Poisana. Yeah, go ahead. Let's do fire on him. Oh, lame. It's not enough. Whew. Lame. So fire wasn't a good one. Okay, so we're at 1200. Almost halfway with our Gil. Okay, now he can start using some of these. Let's use... oh, we use Fyra. Start burning through some of this magic, baby. Okay. Wasn't the best, but okay. Got another 100. All of a sudden, we're getting items for like every fight. So that's 1,300. We're about halfway. Okay. Ow. Now, this one I think we can get through based on my last strategy. Like, this can be a one-rounder. Ow. Okay, 1,500. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-boo. I don't want to go too far down because it's stinking... There we go. Oh, so close. So close to one-shotting him. Okay. No worries. Alright, we are at 17... We're at 1,800. Cool. And let's look at some recommendations. So we need 800 more to go. It says... Basically, they're saying the warrior knight should use Excalibur. The ninja should use the Masamune. The monk, but the monk or master should use Knuckles. The red mage is Masamune or defender. The white mage can equip the Masamune, but maybe better to use like Thor's hammer. And then the black wizard can... Somewhere it says cat's claws what you want to have for them. Yeah, cat's claws is the highest damage. Alright, cool. So we made our way through weapons, and we're now moving over to armor. Armor is what we'll start looking at next time. So that was today's episode. We just basically covered all weapons in the game. We need 800 more gil. We've done the grind. This is only going to be like 50. Boo. Okay. Ow. Ow. Alright, so we're down to needing about 750. 750. There we go. Ow. Ooh, her life is low. Oof. Oof. Okay, we're down to needing about 550. I'm gonna just cast like a couple of our regular cures because they're getting quite low. I'll just use that one of them. Alright, we need 550. Can we squirt by with the last little bit of... Okay. Let's cast... Let's go with this new Blizzara spell. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, it's kind of a waste now, but... Ow. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-bum. Okay. That's good. So we are down to needing about 300. Gleeman, 28 HP, more strength and more luck. Gleekon, 28 HP, more strength, agility, and luck. Gleezy, 4 HP, 6 MP, more stam and luck. Oh, I forgot. My boy's a level behind now. Aw. Poor Gleebo. Poor Glebo. We gotta get Glebo a level. Because he had to do 2 fights. One like this level. What do we need? Alright, so we still need about 250, 260, 259 to be exact. Okay. Don't you poison it. We barely have enough for one Poisona. So we need 159 gil. There we go. Here we go. Hopefully this will be enough to level up old Glebo too. We're gonna start heading back to the town now. Glebo. No, it wasn't enough. Because that scorpion fight must have been worth a pretty good amount. Okay, a couple... Don't you dare. Don't you dare poison me. I would use an antidote, I guess. No, that one wasn't enough either? Come on. Come on, Glebo needs it. Another poison scorpion. How much XP does he need? Give the man... Give the man... 61 XP. Alright, we gotta fight till he gets to 61. Then we'll get... Come on, buddy. Go for it. Go for your fire. Who cares? We're going into the shop anyway. Ugh. Oh my gosh, he needs like 8 XP. Okay. He's going for it again. Yeah. Alright, 26 HP, 18 MP, intelligence, stam, luck. Great. Oh my goodness, that's too much. Alright, so we completed our grind. Where's our, where are we at with time? Alright. I'm gonna push us forward even though we're right coming in at about the hour and a half. I'll push us a little forward today so we can have a little variety and we didn't just grind all the spells in Elfheim. All the spells in the land of elves. Okay, so if I were to be keeping a real little notebook over here, what we're still missing is... Oh. We need to get... Let's see. So sleep bar up puts one foe to sleep. Double the allies' number of attacks. Causes the foes to turn on each other. I changed my mind. I'm going to go with sleep up because if we're going to get confused from an item at some point, then I don't care. Alright, so let's save state this. And save this. Alright, and now let's look at our, first of all, if we look at the armor intro, it says that it affects your evasion and speed. Warriors and knights use heavy stuff. Thieves and ninjas use lighter. Monks can only use the lightest. Red mages and wizards use basically thief ninja stuff, and white mages and wizards can use almost nothing. Every character has a Zorb and an evade. We already talked about it. Most people have a base absorb of 0 except for monks. And the base evade is pretty decent. but the heavier your armor, the less evade you have. So there are body armor. It says heavy mail is reduced evasion, but only a couple classes. Shirts and robes are mages and wizards. Armlets are in the middle. They're expensive. Head is pretty much reduced to warrior, knight, and ninja, except for the ribbon. Arms, only a few classes can equip the best. The protect ring is good. And the hand is a shield, but I think it can also be gauntlets. And I think it looks like the protect cloak can be equipped in that spot too. As far as armor details go, it's the same equip below, same stuff. So we will get into that next time, but let's look at the actual guide now. Alright, so we already visited another castle, so to do the Marsh Cave. It says, if you loot a chest in this dungeon, if there are duplicate items, they cancel each other out. So if you find a Phoenix Down, all other Phoenix Downs disappear and the chest is empty, especially, and same thing if the identical amount of gil is found in multiple chests. In the gloomy depths of the cave, the light warriors will face their first truly epic struggle. So if we look at where is the Marsh Cave found, I think it is that hole down there where we walked. Bring a lot of antidotes, healing potions, tents, fire, and Diara. Do not try unless you're level 10. We're level 15 now, 16. So yeah, let's check this out. I'm not sure if I'm gonna run this whole dungeon or not. And I think the reason why we need to go to this dungeon is because this is where that lady's eyeball is. The little witch, and the witch is the oh, that's a bummer. The witch is the person that said if we found her eye, she would give us like a potion to wake up the Elf King. Pretty sure that's the name of this story. So that's the whole reason why. And then we want that because, I mean, that's really a main goal. We want the Elf King to wake back up. And he'll maybe tell us some... At some point we want to go back to the Western Castle. Or maybe it's... I don't know. I might just get us there and then we start the Marsh Cave next time. Let's see. Just because it's a nice organic stopping point, and I feel like I don't want to rush my way through the Marsh Cave. Yeah, that's another thing, like, just making the overland trek to the Marsh Cave is a slight drain on resources. I do want to make sure this place that we go to is the Marsh Cave. I'm not 100% sure. I think it is. That looked pretty marshy around wherever it was at. Ah, darn it. Oh, dead end. Got me fighting an extra fight. Against cobras, no less. I'm glad we somehow kind of blocked / resisted the poison out of that cobra bite. I mean, this is nice too that we're gonna get a starting boost of whatever our next grind for gold will be. And I think there's 9 levels of, either 8 or 9 levels. I think there's 9 levels of magic in the game. But the 9th level is less options or something. I don't remember how it works. I'm sure that's going to be one of our tabs coming up too. We talked all about weapons this time. Next episode, we will talk about armor. Or we can maybe run through some armor towards the end of this. Okay. I guess let's do that. Let's do a little installment of armor right now. All right, so the shirt can be bought and found all over. It's pathetic. The wooden or leather armor can be bought in the first town and second town. It is 4, but it's basically 4 times as tough, 4 times as heavy. Chain armor and plate can also be the same there. It's just about 4 times as tough as the wooden armor, but only just under twice as heavy. The iron armor or steel plate, we also just recently bought that in Elfheim. You can buy it the second time. You can also find one in the cave we're about to go to. And as part of the Mystic key from Cornelia Castle. But that one is it's a pretty nice upgrade over what we have. The copper bracelet and armlet, you can buy that in Elfheim. We have that here. You can also find one in the Marsh Caves. The silver one can be found in the Marsh Caves, so we'll get one of those right off the bat and buy them in Melmond. The silver armor can be bought in Crescent Lake or found in Mount Gulg. It can be used by the ninja or knight on my team. Red Wizard also. The steel or the knight's armor, very strong one you can buy at Melmond. That's almost twice as strong as the mithril. The gold bracelet or ruby armlet, same thing, pretty tough. That's really good. You buy that in Gaia or find it in the Trial Citadel. That's near the end of the game. Flame armor protects against ice in Mount Gulg. The ice armor protects against fire in the Ice Cave. They're both about the same, and they're both way better than the knight's armor because their weight is much less. The opal or diamond armor, very good in the Sunken Shrine, and the dragon armor or mail is just as good as that and protects against all elemental types in the Mirage Tower. The opal or diamond bracelet's probably the best normal game one that you can find in the Sunken Shrine for all your regular characters. The black robe is what casts Blizzara in the Flying Fortress, and the white shirt casts Invisira in the Flying Fortress, so that's pretty good. That brings us over to helms. What are these bad boys? Ooh, that's good. I was like, they're just giving him chances, chance after chance. Alright, so we're headed down to the Marsh Cave. Okay, these Goblin Guards, they're not a threat. 100 damage, love it. Nice, 17 on the guard was enough to take it out. Okay, we're now, see, this looks pretty marshy to me. I think we actually did go down there once. Yeah, Marsh Cave. Okay, so if we save, and I think that might be a good spot for us to stop. We can go ahead and look at the helms if we want. In Elfheim, we can buy that leather cap, which we just did for everyone. That's barely anything. The wooden helm, you can also buy there. I think we bought that, or the regular helmet. You can also find one of those in Mount Durgar. You can also find a cap in the Chaos Temple. In Melmond, you can buy the Grand Helms. It's a pinch better, and also find one in Mount Duergar. You can get the Mithril Helm bought in Crescent Lake. You can also find some in Mount Gulg or the Flying Fortress. The Opal or Diamond Helm can only be worn by the knight found in the Sunken Shrine. The Healing Helm, which casts Heal, can be found in the Mirage Tower, Flying Fortress, and the Ribbon. That can be found. There's 3 of them that can be found in the game, thank goodness, because we will be needing 2 at least of our people to be wearing them. And that is found in the Sunken Shrine, Waterfall Cave, and Flying Fortress. All right, so we have gloves, shields, yada, yada, yada to be looking at next time. So if we look at if we just preview what we'll do the next time, we'll enter the cave, I think, right here. It says you can go up or down. Both directions lead to the second floor. However, A, dead ends, whereas B connects to the deeper floors. However, so I see. So 680 Gill could be opened here. However, its twin is in the other floor. Large knife. There is no twin for that one. Okay. So that one, and then, but short sword there is. So the only reason, but the dagger. The only reason why we might want to go up here is because there's a dagger. Oh, and there's 620 Gil. Okay. Then if we go over here to the bottom area, we'll get barely anything else. Okay, so some things will disappear. Actually, nothing would be available. They'd all be empty chests. We'll still check them out for fun. That will take you to C. C up here. As you work your way around, you can find Phoenix down or iron armor. You can get Gil. You can get a copper bracelet or armlet. You can get a cottage, a Phoenix down or iron armor. The crown is what we actually want. That's what we want from the Western Cave guy. Then Gil and another iron armor. By the time we get the Mystic Key, we are going to need to come back down here to get a silver bracelet, a silver knife, and 1,000 Gil. So we're going to have to make a second journey down here once we get the key. And then, so on the next episode, we're going to beat this dungeon, go back to the Marsh Keep. He will help us out to revive the prince. And when you return, head to the left to reach the main hall, east of the throne room where you'll find the king. Okay. I see. So when we go back to him, that Western Keep, that king, will actually turn into the real boss. He's the bad guy. And that will give us the crystal lens. So we will have to go back to the lady, Matoya. She'll give us the Jolt tonic, and we'll go back and revive the king, and he will then give us the Mystic Key. Where then we will be, so all of this is going to happen on the next episode. And I think we'll also get to go use the Mystic Key. We'll get to go back into the Western Keep and grab the items there. A power staff, a falchion, and an iron gauntlet or steel gloves. Go back down to the bottom of the Marsh Cave, where we will now be able to get those three things I talked about. And then we'll go back to the Cornelia Castle, where we can get the nitro powder, which is a quest item that we will need. So that's unlocking something we haven't had before. So this is kind of where it's gated, where you have to get this key to move forward, as well as some other stuff. And then the Chaos Shrine. So if you go back in, there are 2 items found there. Chaos Shrine, I think, being the early part of the game. That will give us 2 really good swords, which is awesome. And then that will allow us to go into the town of Duergar. We give the nitro powder, which will allow us to go into the town. It will open up a channel that will allow us to hit Melmond in the west, and we'll get a bunch of different goods. Just armor, swords, all this stuff. So we're going to really jump up a lot. And it says, if we can ever find adamant, we are going to bring it back, and he'll give us the ultimate sword, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. So they're just saying, hey, eventually you're going to come back to Mount Duergar one other time when we want that master sword. So this is kind of what we're doing. This chain of events, I think we'll be able to do just about all of that chain on the next episode. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for watching, listening, and tuning in. I had a great time, as always, with you, and I really love this franchise and playing this, close to my heart. It's right up there with the Warcraft franchise. See you guys on the next episode of Lore of Final Fantasy next week. This one's in the pipe, 5x5.